Okay, next up, Kelly Gears, you're going to update us on the 2020 to 2024 strategic plan.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, County Administrator. I'm really happy to be here today to present to you our new Montgomery County strategic plan. I think it's really great as we embark not just on this new year, but this new decade, to be able to present this, which is really our roadmap for the priorities we believe will help move our community forward for the next 5 years. The Montgomery County Strategic Plan is really the result of many, many months of work from a lot of the people in this room, including those of you sitting up here. But it's also the continuation of work that has been occurring over a number of years, and in many cases, decades, of the services and programs that the county has provided to the betterment of our community. At the center of all that we do in Montgomery County are the people who call our community home. And the people are at the center of our new mission statement. We create value by investing in people, the economy, and the services for all to lead safe, healthy, and productive lives. This is both a reflection of what we do, creating value by investing in people, the economy, and services, but also why we do it, and that's for our people to lead safe, healthy, and productive lives. And how we do it is reflected in our new values. Our team came up with these values of innovation, stewardship, inclusion, professionalism, and collaboration as a reflection on how we as county employees, how we as county departments want to operate to serve the citizens of Montgomery County. And then within our strategic plan really is a focus on 5 objectives. This is how we plan to achieve our mission. And these strategic objectives include sustainable community infrastructure, economic stability, thriving youth, community well-being, and effective and efficient government. Each of these objectives includes a number of strategies that lay out the specific work that will lead us to our desired outcomes. First, we have sustainable community infrastructure. This objective focuses really on the big picture infrastructure and the policies that underlie the safe and sustainable operations of our county. These are the items that, if done well, most citizens won't even notice. They are things that we take for granted because when they're working, we don't have to think about them, and that's a good thing. But these are the items that contribute directly and indirectly to the quality of life for our community. So the strategies around this are to reinvest in our water, sewer, and solid waste systems, implementing kind of a broad capital plan to reinvest in equipment in our physical spaces here at the county, including the Montgomery County Jail, our court complex security, municipal court enhancements, addressing deferred maintenance on our county facilities, and improving bridges, roads, and expanding Route 40, and also purchasing an enhancement of the Regional Dispatch Center. It also includes the planning and funding and for demolition and revitalization of strategic development sites throughout Montgomery County, and also leading the Dayton Region Green Initiative through Dayton Regional Green, both internally and externally facing leadership around sustainability and bettering our environment. And then finally, looking at arts and culture through our Montgomery County Arts and Cultural District, investing in the programs that are critical to the quality of life for both our citizens and a tool for economic development. Next, we have economic stability. The stability of our local economy is critical to all aspects of Montgomery County, from individual citizens to how our government is able to function. It's important for us to encourage business investment and job creation, and for us to produce the workforce that supports it. Our strategies, along with this objective, are focused on our Community and Economic Development Department and the work they do through the EDGE program, which targets specific industries that we know are of strength and of growth here in Montgomery County. The supporting small businesses through our micro enterprise grant that supports the smaller businesses that are important to the quality of life within neighborhoods. Increasing our international investment, specifically through our program like the Dayton Regional Israel Trade Alliance that brings foreign investment to Montgomery County, increases jobs, and really supports existing businesses through technology and partnerships. And then finally, none of our economic development goals can be achieved if we don't have the workforce to fill the jobs that are created. So our workforce development department works closely with our employers here in Montgomery County to provide those employment services and working with individuals to overcome barriers so that they may have a successful career. Next, we have thriving youth. It's critical for our county to invest in children, and we've been doing so for a long time. We all know the power of compound interest when we're saving for retirement. I think we probably all got that lecture at some point in our life. But the same is true when it comes to kids. Our youngest citizens, when we invest early, the payoff is great down the road, and that's why we invest in children here in Montgomery County. Starting with our youngest citizens, the Everyone Reach One Infant Mortality Task Force looks to reduce the infant mortality rate here in Montgomery County. There's still a lot of progress to be made, but we are making progress and we will continue to work in that area. Additionally, through the work of our home visiting services, the Department of Developmental Disabilities, and early intervention programs, we're supporting the early development of children from birth to age 3. We're also investing in high-quality early learning opportunities. A number of years ago, Montgomery County invested in the Preschool Promise, beginning with a pilot program in Kettering and expanding into Dayton. The continued focus and investment that the commissioners have made to Preschool Promise will ensure that quality will expand throughout Montgomery County, and family assistance will be expanding into Mad River, Jefferson Township, Trotwood, and Northridge. School success is so important for our kids, but they're only in school so many hours a day and so many days a year. And so that's why we invest in increasing support for school-age children, both in after-school and summer programming. Also, it is important for our youth to develop the work skills they'll need to progress into adulthood. And our Youth Career Services program works with students to develop those work skills, putting thousands of young people to work throughout the summer and throughout the school year. And then finally, our children can't thrive if they're not safe and their family environment is not stable. So through our public assistance, child support, children's services, and the Montgomery County Fatherhood Program, we aim to provide the tools and resources for families to build healthy relationships and have the support they need to be successful. Next is community well-being. Our community well-being is an indication of the strength of our community. Every community has vulnerable citizens and individuals who face barriers to leading a safe, healthy, and productive life. And we look to address these barriers in the following ways. First is the Community Overdose Action Team. There's no denying the impact the opioid epidemic has had on our community. And while COAT has made significant impacts in reducing overall drug overdoses, the challenges remain around addressing prevention and expanding treatment for drug addiction throughout the community. Additionally, food being a basic need for every citizen, we are working together with the Food Equity Coalition to develop a plan to work collectively with our communities, our nonprofit organizations, and our food producers to address the issue of food access and security throughout Montgomery County. Also, utilizing the continuous improvement mindset, we are working with our criminal justice partners to promote alternatives to incarceration. That includes increasing electronic home detention and implementing bail reform. Over 10 years ago, Montgomery County brought together partners to initiate the Office of Reentry. And over the last decade, the Office of Reentry has served over 500 individuals who have been incarcerated or justice involved, ensuring they have the tools they need to move forward positively in their lives. We also want to ensure we provide the quality of life and quality of care for our most vulnerable individuals. This includes our departments of developmental disabilities, our senior services that support the aging, and our Stillwater Center, who each serve specialized populations who needs whose needs may be too great for their families to support, and the county is there to make sure we can safely and effectively serve the people and provide dignity and a quality of life. And then finally, the Homeless Solutions Policy Board and the Homeless Solutions staff here at Montgomery County have worked tirelessly in concert with other members of our community for 12 years to build a system that supports our community to ensure that if a person does face homelessness at some point in their life, that occurrence is rare, brief, and one time. Our final objective is really focused internally. The other 4 are external, looking at our citizens and how we serve the public. Our final one focuses on us and how we operate as a government and how we best organize ourselves to serve the people of Montgomery County. We do this through ensuring that we build the best county team by improving recruiting, developing standard onboarding, and providing training opportunities for our staff. Our HR team is committed to this work, and they're doing a great job at implementing it already. I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes in the future. Number 2 is really looking at implementing diversity practices that promote a culture of inclusion and belonging. That goes back to our value statement. How do we make sure that our employee base looks and feels like our community, and that as we interact with the community, including our vendors and how we do our purchasing, that we're as inclusive and reflective as our community as possible. Next, we look at centralizing and standardizing processes across Montgomery County. This has been underway for a little over a year now, specifically focused in areas including fleet, risk management, and our human resources department. How we are bringing those departments together across county departments to make sure we are doing things consistently and effectively for all county employees. Next, we're looking at how we track and analyze data to guide effective decision making. Within the the Office of Strategic Initiatives, we've worked with the departments across Montgomery County to put together key performance indicators around each of these strategies. So we really can measure and understand the outcomes, that we're achieving the things we say we're going to achieve. And we are committed to reporting back on a regular basis, quarterly where possible, and if not, then annually for the other data, to show that each of these items is occurring, and where we need to do a course correction, we can do a course correction. Next, we have transformed the Animal Resource Center to best serve animals and protect the community. Under the leadership of Bob Gruhl, the Animal Resource Center has undergone major improvements over the last year, and those improvements will continue to ensure the best outcomes for the pets of Montgomery County and the safety of all people. And then finally, we're looking at how do we develop consistent, effective communication, both internally and externally, to expand the reach of our story. Montgomery County and its employees touch the lives of thousands of citizens every day in ways that are sometimes obvious, in the ways that are sometimes invisible. But we're committed to telling that story so people understand what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. And I think we have an incredible story to tell. I think we're all very proud of that story, and I look forward to working together to tell it. Finally, I just want to say thank you to our commissioners, our county administrator, and all of those in this room who participated in the process that resulted in this strategic plan. Our community has challenges, no doubt, but I truly believe we have a bright future here in Montgomery County, and I think if we work together and we work the plan, we'll be able to face those challenges in service to the citizens of Montgomery County. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Kelly, I'd like to say thank you so much. I know you've put in your team, you want to stand, Strategic Initiatives team. There has been a tremendous amount of work over the last year and a half in creating our new strategic plan. And we appreciate you taking a leadership role on this and really working to create the Office of Strategic Initiatives so that we can now really track and make sure that we're delivering on the objectives on these programs. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know, for years, we've had an aging infrastructure, so I think this is just exciting that we're finally going to be able to, you know, make some improvements just to make our community safer and better for everybody. So thank you so much, and I know we've spent a lot of time on this, discussing this, but I think it's turning out great, so thank you.
And I'll just add, you know, for years we've talked about our investment, and we invest a lot, whether it's in our children or our seniors, on and on. And I think now that we're going to be able to measure, I think this is going to be really good. We can see where the investment is paying off. We've already seen that in many areas, but I appreciate the work that you all did, and it really reflects, I know, our mission and our thoughts of how we need to move the county forward. So thank you.
They always take all the things I'm going to talk about, but I concur, and you know, it's been a great process. I think I can't say I'm new anymore, but being the newest member of we started this process shortly after I joined, and so it has been a great way for me to truly understand all the different parts of the county at a much deeper level than I did coming in. And I know that this is just the beginning. I mean, this just really keeps us honest of what we say we're going to do. We're going to track it and make sure that we actually do what we say we're going to do, and evolve as we go along, because not always does you know, go as you plan. And so there's mechanisms now. If something's not reaching achievable goals that we set for ourselves, why not?
Exactly.
You know, what's the reason behind it? Maybe, you know, you learn something different. So I think this sets up a great stage for the county for the coming 5 years to really, you know, we've had our challenges for sure, but we still have to stay organized and stay on track. And I know with the investment in all of you to keep all of us honest and on, you know, fulfilling the promises and the ideals that we want for the county, that's a very good thing. So thank you in advance, and I cannot wait to see, you know, the first
quarter of next year.
Yeah, what are we going to, you know, because we do so many things.
We do great things, and a lot of things, we've tracked things for a long time. I'm excited to bring them together in a way that's presentable both to the public and to you all, in kind of a cohesive way that reflects the plan and our priorities. I think it's going to be really exciting because there is a lot of really, really wonderful work that happens here, and we don't always toot our own horn. And then there are areas where we can use that continuous improvement mindset to continue pushing the needle in the right direction. And I'm excited for the opportunity to be able to work with the whole Montgomery County team to make sure that that happens.